Hello dear students. Today we are going to study our 14th lesson. The fort is captured but the lion is dead. In this lesson we are going to study the poems Jijamata Speech, Tanaji Malusure, Kondana's Marriage First, Tanajis Plan, Over the Precipice and Into the Fort, Tanaji Valor. The fort is captured but the lion is dead. So students, let's start with our first point. Jijamata's Speech. The 23 forts which Shivaji handed over to Jai Singh were still in the hands of the Mughal. Kondana was one of those 23 forts. One day Jijamata said to Shivaji, Shiva, it is not safe to leave the strong Kondana fort in enemy's hands. You must recapture it. Shivaji was thinking on the same line. He was very unhappy that Kondana was in Mughals' hands. Both Shivaji and Jijabai Sahib were unhappy about it. It was like a thorn in their side. Shivaji started making his plan for the recapture of Kondana. Who could be entrusted with this task? It was very difficult to capture Kondana. Tanaji Malusure. Tanaji was Shivaji's comrade right from the beginning. He came from the village Umrat near Mahad in the Konkan. He was very ever ready to put his heart and soul into any work assigned to him by Shivaji. Tanaji was strong and well-built, and as clever as he was brave. He was passionately devoted to Shivaji. Kondana's marriage first. Tanaji was busy making preparation for his son's Raiba's wedding. Everyone in the house was busy in the marriage preparation. The marriage was only 4 days away. Tanaji thought that he could go and invite Shivaji Maharaj and Ma Sahib to the wedding. Accompanied by Shelar Mama, he went to Shivaji Maharaj to give him and Ma Sahib his personal invitation to the wedding. On receiving the invitation from the Shelar Mama, Shivaji said, Shelar Mama, you go and celebrate the wedding. I am sorry, I shall be unable to attend. I have decided to lead the campaign for the recapture of Kondana. As soon as Tanaji heard this, he said, Maharaj, do you purpose to undertake this difficult and dangerous campaign while Tanaji is still alive? Then what is the use of person like me? This will not do. I shall first perform the marriage of Kondana by capturing it. Raiba's wedding can wait. You must allow me to lead this campaign and give me your blessing for its success. Tanaji's Plan. With these words, Tanaji took charge of the campaign and left for Kondana. The fort was under the immediate control of Uday Bhan, a Rajput officer appointed by Jai Singh. Uday Bhan was disciplined and vigilant officer. There were two entrances to the fort. Both were heavily guarded by Uday Bhan men. How then to mount an assault? Tanaji quietly made a detailed inspection of the fort. On the western side there was a steep precipice where there were no men guarded. Tanaji decided to attack from that side. He explained his plan to his younger brother. He said, You take a detachment of 500 troops and try to reach Kalyan Gate. With other 300 I shall scale the precipice and get inside the fort. As soon as we are there, we shall open the doors of the Kalyan gate. Then you step in and join us. Together we shall destroy the Mughal troops defending the fort. With the plan those finalized, Suryaji and Dhanaji went their different ways over the precipice and into the fort. It was a dark night. Tanaji and his men were gathered at the foot of the precipice. The sound of cracked crickets and he had been heard all around. 5 or 6 members of Tanaji party started to scale the precipice. It was indeed very high and steep, but somehow they managed to get a foothold in the rock, pull themselves up by pushing their fingers into rocks crack and begin the difficult and dangerous climb. Slowly but surely they reached the top. As soon as they were on the safe ground, they tied a thick rope to a strong tree and let down to the precipice. The other took hold the rope and climbed up to the top like monkeys. Tanajis followed. By now, Suryaji had reached the Kalyan gate. He waited there for the doors to open. The battle on the fort started. Udaban heard of this attack. The battle drums were sounded. Udaban's gracious attacked Tanajis men. A grim battle started between two forces in the light of dancing torch. The Mavlas opened the doors of the Kalyan gate. Tanaji was fighting like a brave lion. Udaban attacked him. Both were very brave and the battle between them was fierce. Tanaji's shield was broken, so he had tied his upper garment around his defending hand to bear Udaban's ball and continued to the fight. In this end, in the end, both the mortally would be fell fighting. The fort is captured, but the lion is dead. With the death of Tanaji, the Mavlas found themselves without a leader and began to retreat. By then, Suryaji and his men had arrived on the scene of the battle. Suryaji saw deeply grieved to know that his brother was dead, but he had no time for grief. He had to continue the fight. He cut off the rope by which the Mavlas climbed the fort. Then he stood in the path of the retreating Mavlas and said, "Don't you see that your father is lying dead here on the battlefield? Are you not ashamed to run away like a bunch of cowards? Turn and back and fight, or have a block your trade by cutting off those ropes by which you climbed up. The only choice before you is either to jump to your death or precipice to turn back and fight, destroy the enemy." So the Mavlas returned to the fight and attacked the enemies. A furious battle brigade, the Mavlas ultimately conquered the fort, but in the process had lost their brave and lion-hearted leader, Tanaji. Jijamata and Shivaji Maharaj heard this news. They were struck with the grief. Shivaji Maharaj expressed their sorrow in a single sentence. The fort is owned, but the lion is dead. So Kondana becomes Sinhagad in the memory of great warrior who gave his life to recapture it. This event took place in 1670. Later on, Shivaji Maharaj personally went to Umrah and performed the wedding of Raiba. Hope students, you understood lesson very well. I am giving you question answers in my next video. Thank you.